Dubai is suffering from its own success. Starting out as a modest desert kingdom, the place has transformed into this in a few decades. While this transformation is spectacular, Dubai has skipped a few key steps in urban planning, and that has led to this. Even a short trip requires people to get in their cars and drive to the nearest highway. But once they are on the highway, they can be stuck for hours in the traffic. The Sheikh Zayed Road, the city's largest highway, handles almost 500,000 cars daily. The condition gets even worse when millions more drivers pour in during the holiday season. What if there was a solution to all this? Luckily, there is. In the future, residents can travel without interruption from one part of the city to another, all underground.
It's going to be like a wormhole, you just wormhole from one part of the city, boom, and you're out in another part of the city.
The project is officially called Dubai Loop. It's spearheaded by Elon's startup, The Boring Company. To what extent will this loop truly solve Dubai's traffic nightmare? Let's find out. Dubai was built for cars, but today that design is coming back to haunt the city. Every morning, highways turn into rivers of brake lights, with drivers spending hours just trying to get from one end of the city to another. Unlike cities with dense street grids, Dubai's layout forces most traffic onto major highways like Sheikh Zayed Road, Al Khal Road, and Emirates Road. Even for short trips, drivers often have to use highways instead of smaller arterial roads, causing unnecessary congestion. Once you get on a highway, your trouble doesn't end there. Let's see this concept in action with the Sheikh Zayed Road. If you look at it on a map, you will find that it's basically a long stretch of road with very few exits and interchanges. Because many major business districts, such as downtown or Business Bay, are located along Sheikh Zayed Road, everyone, from commuters to delivery trucks, relies on it. The lack of pedestrian bridges and sidewalks also discourages walkability. In the end, Emiratis have to rely on their cars even if they don't want to. Now, it would be unfair to dump the whole blame on cars. The super hot climate of Dubai makes it impossible for people to do anything on foot. On February 14th, Elon Musk announced the Dubai Loop during the World Government Summit.
The joint project of Dubai Loop, which is a loop project that is going to cover Dubai's most densely populated areas for people to go from point to point.
If you have ever heard of Vegas Loop, Dubai Loop is going to be quite identical. It will be an underground high-speed network spanning up to 10.6 miles. The initial pilot project will have 11 stations and transport around 20,000 passengers an hour. The Boring Company has already built a loop in Las Vegas, which ferries people through tunnels in Teslas. The Vegas Loop became operational in 2021 and has 5 stations around the Vegas Convention Center. It consists of 2 one-way tunnels built to accommodate Tesla vehicles with speeds of up to 35 miles per hour. It took 2 years to build the tunnels, which are used by a fleet of 70 Tesla vehicles. Like Dubai, Las Vegas is one of the world's hottest cities, so a below-ground network is seen as ideal for future-proofing. In case of a storm or any adverse weather condition, this kind of transit system is also the safest. The Dubai Loop will allow for speeds of up to 100 miles per hour. This will reduce hour-long commute times to just a matter of few minutes. Utilizing electric vehicles within a controlled environment, the system will align with the Dubai Clean Energy Strategy 2050. Details about the tunnel routes are yet to be released. However, Elon plans to increase the loop's capacity to carry 100,000 passengers per hour. This is especially crucial since Dubai is going to have a massive population bloom by 2040. The city hosts a current population of 3.6 million people. By 2040, predictions indicate a figure of 7.8 million. This is more than double its current population. Dubai's limited space is often contrasted with its tall ambitions. In its quest to become a magnet for foreign investment, the city has left no stone unturned. Take the example of Dubai Marina. It's a tiny rectangular district made entirely out of reclaimed land. Despite its size, it's home to around 180 skyscrapers. Just a short distance from the marina, we have the man-made islands of Dubai. These islands feature everything from luxury residencies to hotels to extensive entertainment. Palm Jumeirah alone has a population of over 25,000. Dubai's world-class attractions, cutting-edge infrastructure, and tax-free lifestyle have turned it into a magnet for expats. Expat accounts for a staggering 90% of the population. As a consequence, the city is starting to buckle under the strain of its own popularity. Policies like the Golden Chance scheme have made it easier for anyone to get a driving license in Dubai. That's one of the factors contributing to the rising motor traffic. To manage congestion, Dubai has announced improving its metro capacity. The Dubai Metro currently has 64 stations, and by 2040, there's a plan to have 140 of them. However, it's important to remember that the year 2040 is several years away. In the meantime, Dubai is trying out other daring solutions to solve its problem. Turns out, Dubai Loop is just the tip of the iceberg. Let's start with the most bold one to date. Dubai is heavily investing in flying taxis. And no, this isn't just a concept on paper. It's already happening. In collaboration with Skyports, Dubai is building its first air taxi airport, known as Vertiport. The Vertiport would be right next to Dubai International Airport. There are 3 more vertiports planned to be constructed in Palm Jumeirah, Dubai Downtown, and Dubai Marina. The air taxis will be all electric and are designed to carry a pilot and 4 passengers at speeds of up to 200 miles per hour. Despite being sort of an airport, the Vertiport won't have the same kind of security checks as a traditional airport, so getting in and out of the air taxi will take only a matter of minutes. Flights will take just 12 minutes and will cost the same as an Uber Black. The design of the first Vertiport is already finalized. It's going to be a 3-story affair with 2 landing areas. The landing areas can accommodate both air taxis and conventional helicopter operations. Each landing area will be equipped with charging technology to enable rapid battery recharges between flights. In this way, each landing area can support 10 aircraft landings per hour. The Vertiport will provide a seamless connection with Dubai Metro and the nearby airport. The flights are expected to commence by the first quarter of 2026. As part of Dubai's 2040 master plan, the city is planning to become a 20-minute city. The concept means that everything you need is no more than a 20-minute walk away, including retail and workspaces. This next project aligns perfectly with this vision. It's called the Loop. And no, it's not the same as the Dubai Loop. It's not made for cars, but rather it's for pedestrians. The Loop is a 60-mile-long urban corridor connecting more than 3 million residents. It will be primarily used for walking and cycling, discouraging the use of cars altogether. The project aims to make cycling and walking the primary modes of transport for more than 80% of Dubai's residents. Renderings show that the loop will be covered with a translucent roof. The covering will make it possible to control the interior temperature and provide a pleasant atmosphere year-round. But that's not the best part. The loop will utilize energy from human steps. The running tracks are integrated with kinetic paving, which draws usable energy from every footstep. The technology works by using electromagnetic induction generators that vertically displace from the weight of a person's footstep. Throughout the loop, there will be pockets of green spaces distributed along the corridor. This will foster social interaction between thousands of residents. To make the loop accessible to all, it will encircle the whole of Dubai, crossing major urban centers in the process. While projects like the Vertiport and Loop are still some years away, there's an immediate solution for Dubai's traffic. Recently, the government did some surveys to explore whether or not remote work is a suitable solution. Their findings report that flexible working options can reduce morning rush hours by 30%. Even if only 20% of employees start to work remotely, major road networks like Sheikh Zayed Road and Al Khail Road could see a reduction of traffic by 9.8% and 8.4% respectively. After the pandemic, remote work has seen a profound interest by companies. Take the example of Manhattan in New York. It's one of the busiest regions in the world, with millions of employees rushing in during work hours. But even a serious place like New York has gone empty after remote work has taken over. In 2024, Manhattan's office vacancy rate was 22%, which is more than 75 million square feet of space. That's the equivalent of nearly 30 Empire State Buildings. Manhattan, like Dubai, has some of the highest rent in their respective countries. We know that business owners and companies will do anything to save an extra buck. A remote or a hybrid model can be a good start for a place like Dubai. Transport officials are also increasing the number of toll gates to discourage traffic. All these reforms combined with the upcoming Dubai Loop will seriously help the city. But what if there was a way to travel across Dubai faster than ever, without sitting in traffic or even needing a car? Enter the Hyperloop. The Hyperloop was also the brainchild of Elon Musk. In 2013, he wrote a white paper outlining his vision for the fastest mode of transport in the world. In a nutshell, the Hyperloop would make use of maglev trains installed inside a low-pressure tube. The lack of air would allow the trains to reach speeds of more than 700 miles per hour. That's faster than even an airplane. Dubai was one of the first cities to welcome the Hyperloop. The company behind the vision, Hyperloop One, partnered with Dubai in 2016. The system was anticipated to carry over 10,000 travelers both ways per hour. It would consist of driverless pods carrying passengers from one end to another. There was also a plan to connect Dubai and Abu Dhabi using Hyperloop trains. Currently, it takes around 90 minutes to travel between these two spots. Using the Hyperloop, it will take only 12 minutes. Hyperloop technology was also displayed at the Dubai International Motor Show in 2019. People were excited to finally ditch the crowded metro and hour-long flights. This sentiment wasn't just limited to Dubai. UAE's neighbor Saudi Arabia also showed significant interest in Hyperloop trains. At one point, there were even talks to connect the two countries via a one-hour route. However, the technology behind the vision was still experimental. Creating a mode of transport faster than even the airplane is no joke. Hyperloop One was permanently shut down in December of 2023. However, there are still a few startups actively pursuing the Hyperloop technology. If they do end up successful, Hyperloop can have tremendous applications in crowded places like Dubai. Would you like to see something like this in the future? Comment down below. If you want to learn the actual story of what happened with Hyperloop and why it was abandoned, this next video is perfect for you.